Hello, welcome to another episode of Tomahawk and Stu Pitch a Podcast, a show where I, Tomahawk,
and me, Stu,
we come up with ideas for podcasts, and then we give you a little sample of each one. Okay, Stu, I'm going to go first today. Are you excited?
You never go first. This is new. Okay, I'm excited. Yeah.
And I'm really excited to take the initiative to go first. All right, I have a show in which I'm going to wait for you to stop chewing. So I don't have to jump through this computer and kill you.
I didn't know you could hear me chew. Oh my god, I almost peed myself. All right. Let me take one more sip.
Sure.
Okay.
The show that I am pitching today is called What Did I Waste My Money On This Week? In which I tell you a series of items, and then you have to guess which item I wasted my money on this week.
Okay.
Hello, welcome to another episode of What Did I Waste My Money On This Week? In which I tell Stu a series of items that I bought this week, and then he has to guess which one I bought this week.
Okay, I'll guess which one you bought.
All right. So, the options are a rubber astronaut that is painted silver and is very stretchy. Option A. Option B. A hand puppet. A rubber hand puppet.
Oh no.
That is a dinosaur head. Option C. A candle that is scented golden hour. Or D. A jar of vitamin C gummies. What did I waste my money on this week, Stu? Walk me through your thought process here.
So my first thought is that D is a red herring, because if you did buy that, that's not a waste of money. Keeping your vitamins up is very important to living a healthy lifestyle.
You've eliminated your choice of the vitamin C gummies.
Yeah.
So walk me through your next elimination. So we're going to narrow it down to one.
I don't see you being much of a candle guy.
Okay.
I think I want to eliminate the candle, because if you did go for candle, I feel like you'd get something a little bit more like practical or ridiculous. There's no in between.
Right, so now you're caught between a silver astronaut that is stretchy or a hand puppet that is a T-Rex. And I will let you, clearly, I'm not going to tell you which one I bought, but you can ask me questions about each item to try and determine which one you think it is. So if you want to, if you have any questions, now would be a great time to ask them.
Okay. How much would you say you spent on the item in question?
I spent roughly $4 or $5, I would say.
Ooh, expensive. See, that's throwing me back now, because I'm like, dang. $5 is a lot for an astronaut toy. It's also a lot for a hand puppet T-Rex. So it's actually pushing me back into the realm of the vitamin C gummies. But I feel like a whole jar of them would be more like $12. So no, we're probably not in the vitamin C gummies. And then the candle, I can see a candle being $5.
This is a tough and dangerous game. I understand.
You know, I feel like I made my choice.
Okay. All right. What is your final guess, Stu?
I'm going to go with option B, the T-Rex hand puppet.
All right. Stu, I present to you a T-Rex hand puppet.
Let's go.
But I did not buy this week. You were wrong. But I did buy a silver astronaut this week. Look how stretchy he is.
Look at that. Look at that.
Look how big.
Oh no, he stays stretched.
He stays stretched. He's good.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? I thought I almost had it. I thought I did pretty good.
It was all. I threw you a curveball in that I have bought every single one of the items that I told you about.
Just not this week.
The astronaut was the only one that I bought this week. What a great show, Stu.
No, I'm hip. I'm with it.
So, Stu, let's hear your pitch.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga?
Cowabunga, dude. And this is a podcast called Stu Woo's cowabunga or not.
Okay.
Yeah. Where we give up scenarios and we tell you, the audience, if it is indeed cowabunga or a cowabummer.
Sure.
There's no way this could go wrong.
Okay, let's get a sample.
All right, lead us off.
Welcome to Stu Woo's Cowabunga or Not, where I, your host, Richard Simmons, let Stu do a little segment where he says whether or not a thing is cowabunga or not. All right, Stu, let's hear the first scenario.
So we have a person who wrote in today. His name is Jake. Jake, thank you for writing into us.
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you, Jake. Yes. Jake says that recently his air conditioner has started leaking on him in his bedroom, or in his whole room, because he lives in a studio apartment. And he says that when he got home from work the other day, his entire room was flooded with water. And he wants to know if that's cowabunga or not. And I'm here to tell you, Jake, that is
cowabunga.
That is 100% a cowabummer, dude.
Absolutely. Are you out of your mind?
Nope.
Stu, cowabunga. Nope. Surf culture. How are you gonna surf unless you have water?
I'm assuming he has a tub.
You can surf in your entire apartment now.
Yes, but
Jake.
You know what? You drive a hard bargain, and I'm gonna have to change my answer to that being a cowabummer. It's a bummer, dude. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to change my answer to I'm not changing it. I'm standing firm. So it's whatever you feel in your heart, Jake. Yeah. All right. I also have a letter here from Jake. He doesn't give a last name.
Okay.
Because he also doesn't give a location, and you're gonna understand why in the content of this. He's a criminal.
He's on the lam.
The lamb or on the cow.
Yeah.
He says in his letter that he is a burglar. And he broke into a house to steal a statue of a cow. And it turned out that...
cow chew.
It turned out that inside this cow was ground beef. Actual cow.
So, some good old bunga. Okay.
And... this place that he had broken into was a bungalow. And he took the ground beef from the cow and made a burger. But then somebody came in and he had to leave the burger behind. And he wants to know, the cow burglar who had a cow burger in the bungalow wants to know if this is a cowabunga or if it's a cowabummer.
I gotta say, dude, I feel like just the experience of having a cow burger in a bungalow is pretty cowabunga.
Gotta say.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Wow, Stu. That. I think we should stop this show and just do that show.
I think we should stop. I think we should stop while we're ahead.
Yeah. All right. So, my next pitch. It's something of a mystery. You know how people like mysteries?
Yeah.
What we're going to do is you and I are going to settle on a topic, but Editor Tomahawk is going to cut out the bit where we decide what the topic is, and then we just talk about the topic, and the audience has to try and figure out what we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get a sample. Go ahead. Kick us off, Stu.
All right. Welcome back to the International Podcast of Mystery. I'm your host, Stu Woo. And I'm joined today by my co-host, Tom, a hawk.
Yes, my name is Tom. Hawk. The thing that we are going to cut out of conversation, our topic is... Look,
little did the viewers know that it had already started like a minute ago.
I'm really sorry that happened to you, man.
You know, the best part is that it almost did. Like, it didn't happen all the way. Like, I was saved.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, look, what's life without a few jump scares?
Yeah, but like at the same time, at the cost of, you know, your dignity.
Yeah.
There's no coming back from that, you know?
I mean, dignity. It's like, do you think you have any dignity?
What little I have left, I need to preserve.
Fair enough. I will allow that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really just doing my best out here. And that's all you can really ask of me. It's been a really rough year in terms of this, but I'm like the cat on the poster. I'm hanging in there.
And it sounds like something else was about to hang in there.
Yeah. It was definitely a close one. Last week at work, it just happened. I couldn't stop it.
Woo! Oh, man, what a great show. What do you think we were talking about right then? Leave a comment below. Take a guess. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
We've definitely never talked about it before.
All right. It's your turn, Stu.
You remember that good old show, Celebrity Deathmatch?
No.
It was a cool cartoon where celebrities would fight each other. And we're going to take a little note from that, but not celebrities fighting each other, but celebrities fighting things that we think are cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I like that idea. There's no way this can go wrong or
Kick
just
us
be
off.
bad.
Let's see a sample.
All right. Welcome to the Celebrity Pod Clash, where we have our favorite or least favorite celebrities go up against the inner machinations of our mind. Sure. With me today is my co-host, as always, the lovely Tomahawk. I was going to make a funny name for you, but I decided not to.
I have a funny name as is.
You're right. There's very little work I had to do.
Yep.
Tomahawk, today, do you have a celebrity for us?
My celebrity is Vin Diesel.
Ooh, okay. Now, is this Vin Diesel with or without a wrench?
With a wrench, I would say.
Okay.
I also have something I think is cool for him to go up against.
Oh, okay. We can talk about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready to hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
The stretchy astronaut. Who wins in a fight? A stretchy silver astronaut or Vin Diesel with a wrench?
Is it specifically that one, or is it the life-size version?
That's a good question. That's a good question, my good man. I think it'd be pretty cool if it was life-size.
Okay. I think the answer's pretty obvious, actually.
Okay.
Vin Diesel's gonna lose.
Ooh.
Yes.
I just noticed he has a little sign on his chest that says Explore. I don't know if it's showing up on camera.
Anyway. Not really. Anyway, I think he loses because he won't do enough damage to, break it because he's just too squishy.
It's too squishy. I agree.
Too squishy. He's gonna waste all of his energy.
Vin Diesel is way too squishy to make any real damage.
He actually is now. I saw a picture of him recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because so in between movies, he really lets himself go.
Sure.
So he had full on tits and a gut going on, and the whole chin goes straight into neck thing going on. And it reminded me of a meme I saw where it was Vin Diesel in The Fat and the Curious, because he was really fat and looking over his balcony at something.
That's an old photo, but
it is. But there was a recent one where he was on a yacht. So he got fat again.
All power to him.
When you're that rich and famous, you can do whatever you want.
For sure.
Yeah, I have to work to get money, and I don't. Well, he has to work to get money too. Acting isn't easy. Acting is not easy.
Mostly works.
Yeah, but for the women, I need to work for that, and I'm too fat right now. That's why I go to the gym every day at 6 a.m.
Wow, what a great show.
Do you have another pitch for us?
I absolutely do. Waterfalls.
Okay.
They tell us not to go chasing waterfalls, but we are going to do a whole podcast on waterfalls. Go ahead, kick us off, Stu. Tell us about the show.
Oh, no. Welcome back to Waterfall Catch 'em All, where we talk about hunting and putting down waterfalls.
That's right.
Tomahawk, what waterfall were we chasing this week?
We are going to be chasing the waterfall that is in the Jumanji movie, the one with the rock, the first one. Okay, yeah, that waterfall got away. Now that I'm looking at it, it's pretty far off. Is there a waterfall you want to chase? That one was pretty fast.
You know what? Let's go big and go home to our native country, and we can go look at Angel Falls.
Okay. How many angels do you think have fallen off?
Not enough.
How many angels are in the outfield?
Not enough.
How many angels are in America?
Where did the angel touch you?
Do you want me to show you? Do you want me to show you on the Silver Astronaut?
Actually, yes, I do.
The part that says explore. Because, let me tell you, that angel explored all over. Wow, Stu, what a great show.
It got really bad. It got really bad.
Woo! All right, Stu. Is there anything you want to plug?
Yeah, I have a Twitter now.
What?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Well, you see, a few weeks ago, you were like, hey, make sure you get your socials in order. That way that we can properly branch out and like promote our show. And I'm like, cool. And I realized that my Twitter is just covered and riddled with porn. So I had to make a new Twitter. And so now...
Wow, that gets me every time.
And so now I have a Twitter that I use for work. It's a work Twitter now. No porn on it at all. I don't look at porn on that Twitter account. I only use my old Twitter account for porn now, because Twitter is the best place for free porn. It really is. And I actually have a little fun game for our listeners this week. Listeners, comment on whatever you're listening on. If it's the video, if you're on our Patreon, give us a comment. What should I name my car? Because I've had a Decepticon plaque on the front of it, a little insignia, emblem, if you will, of the Decepticon logo covering up the actual logo of my car. So it looks like it's just like a Decepticon. And I don't have a cool name for it. So I want the listeners. We gotta rectify that. Yeah. So I need the listeners to help pick out a name for it.
Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Tomahawk Presents. You can follow the show at Tomahawk and Stew. Please support our Patreon at Tomahawk and Stew. If you give more than $5 a month, $5 or more, you get bonus content every Friday. If you give at least, but you can give as much as or as little as you want.
That's true.
I think the bare minimum is $1 because Patreon takes a cut, but we really appreciate it. It helps cover the cost of the host provider and music licensing and just time, and we want to improve the show. All right, Stu, we are going to go out on one last pitch.
Please hurry. I really have to poop.
All right. Good thing you say that.
Yep.
This is a show where we are going to discuss soil, but we have to pretend like we have already soiled ourselves.
I don't want to do this. Let's call it a night.
No. Here's the sample.
I hate it.
Wow. Welcome to... This'll put some dirt in your eye. Where we...
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
We'll talk about... soil.
All I can think about is like Tobey Maguire like squatting over someone's face.
Why your face?
and just like... Because you said go and put some dirt in their eye. So now I can only think about fucking Tobey Maguire squatting over someone's face and pooping on their face.
So clearly that's like some kind of sexual thing for Tobey Maguire. Do you think it matters whether or not it is a guy or a gal?
But when you're in that position, it doesn't matter who you're over because you already have that position of dominance.
That must mean he's bi. Bye!
Goodbye.
Tomahawk and Stew Picture Podcast.